Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Duel of the Takes. I think Josh kind of had this idea.
I did.
It's that time of year. It's award season. The Academy Awards right around the corner. We decided to talk about a more important award show, the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're just looking at the best picture, or what they call it?
Favorite movie.
Kids' Favorite Movie Award of the last 32 years. We've got the, 1996 Kids' Favorite Movie Award, Ace Ventura 2, When Nature Calls, going up against Ron Howard's The Grinch, which was the 2001 Kids' Favorite Movie.
So this one is the sequel, right?
Yes.
I think I've only seen the first one.
The sequel is okay. It's not as good as the first one.
I disagree.
I guess if I'm going to be the other side of the coin to Josh, though, I have not seen the Jim Carrey Grinch.
Really?
Yes.
Well, you've got to watch it before our Dr. Seuss movie ranking with Michael from Movies and Milk coming up in about a month.
I'll watch the Benedict Cumberbatch Grinch instead.
Honestly,
It's worse.
based.
The production design and the costumes are brilliant. My vote's going to go to the Grinch here, just out of it's something I've seen, and I do get some enjoyment out of it.
I don't know. I think I'm going to go with Ace Ventura here.
Alden, what says you? Are you still with Ace Ventura 2 When Nature Calls?
I just find it really weird that this won over Toy Story.
I feel like my heart is growing two sizes this day. Although a little later into Jim Carrey's career, I still think he put a lot into it, and I can't imagine wearing like yellow colored contacts on set for like 8 hours a day or whatever is enjoyable.
And they had to hire like some kind of military specialist to teach him like torture.
Wait, what? Excuse me?
They had like a CIA counter interrogation operative kind of tell Jim Carrey how to deal with putting on makeup and wearing contacts all day. I'm a go with Grinch here, even though I don't like it that much.
Is that a tie? Wait, is Alden the tiebreaker?
I am.
Alden, are you using your tie jurisdiction to have Ace Ventura 2 When Nature Calls move on?
Honestly, no. That CIA part, the Grinch gets it.
Film Independence Day, which won in 1997 for kids' favorite movie, and then the 1997 film Titanic.
Independence Day.
I can't really imagine like going out of my way to turn on the movie Independence Day. Every time Titanic's on and like Billy Zane's being an asshole and like punching Kate Winslet, I'm like, yo, I'm hooked.
That scene where he just takes like a little girl and he's like, I have a child. I'm everything she has to get on a boat.
It's wild how popular Titanic was.
I'm Independence Day.
Nice. Do you like the ensemble cast like more? Is that why?
Honestly, yeah, that's a good reason.
2 votes for Titanic, 1 vote for Independence Day. Josh, you are the deciding vote.
I gotta go with Titanic. I just have to.
Beverly Hills Cop 2, which is going up against Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which was 1989's kids' favorite movie.
Beverly Hills Cop 2, like, it has the historic standpoint of being the first ever winner, but Who Framed Roger Rabbit, like, is so good.
I feel like if this was Beverly Hills Cop 1, there would be a fight, but since it's 2, I feel pretty comfortable in just casting my vote for Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I agree.
I agree too. Now, hear this. High School Musical 3 senior year beat out Bedtime Stories, The Dark Knight, and Iron Man for the kids' favorite movie.
Damn, every single movie that was nominated was better than High School Musical 3.
Up against The Hunger Games, the 2013 Kids' Choice Award favorite movie.
What are you voting, Alden?
I'm voting Hunger Games.
Oh, well, I'm voting High School Musical 3 senior year.
Well, that's interesting because I'm also voting Hunger Games.
And that's also interesting because I'm also voting High School Musical 3 senior year.
All right, let me give Grace a call.
So up next, we've got Alden's favorite Austin Powers movie, Goldmember, the Addams Family, which beat out Boys in the Hood and My Girl.
I'm pissed about this one.
Yeah, My Girl deserved that shit.
Shut up, Nate.
This feels like the Alden round.
I prefer the other Addams Family film, but this is my favorite Austin Powers.
You mean the one that just came out?
No, Addams Family Values.
I agree with you, Alden, 100% on Addams Family Values being the better Addams Family movie. I think Goldmember might be like the most bombastic and the biggest of the 3, but I don't know if it has my favorite gags. I think I like the second one the most.
I liked the Addams Family movies a lot as a kid. Oh, the next one's the sweep.
The Rugrats movie, the 2005 kids' favorite movie, The Incredibles, which beat out Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Shrek 2, and Spider-Man 2.
Just like listing off those nominees, I feel like any other movie that you could bring up, if you said Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Shrek 2, and Spider-Man 2, all three movies that are considered the best in their respective franchise by a large amount of people, and I'm not scoffing at it that The Incredibles won.
Also, a movie about a literal group of kids winning the Kids' Choice Awards favorite movie makes a lot of sense, too.
I'd maybe agree if it was a Baby's Choice Awards, but The Incredibles is about family, and that's what's so special about it. All right, Josh, are you drunk yet?
Not yet. I'm only one seltzer in. Oh man, I do have to get drunk for this next one.
Or Jurassic Park, up against Josh's favorite movie of all time, Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Personally, I'm going to go with Force Awakens just because it's just a personal pick for me.
Nah, my heart's with Jurassic Park here.
I'm in the same boat.
That's very fair. But Alden is the tiebreaker.
Yeah, I do think, however, Jurassic Park holds up a lot better on its own, whereas Force Awakens was trying to introduce something that really just fell flat. So I'm going to have to swap out to Jurassic Park.
The 2000 Kids' Choice Award winner, Big Daddy, up against the first Alvin and the Chipmunks movie from 2008.
Look at their stupid sunglasses.
They're real boys in the hood.
It's such a late 2000s movie poster.
Yeah, their original Entourage.
Yeah, that's the tagline.
So I'm voting Big Daddy.
I am too.
This is going to be the first hot take of the list. Big Daddy might be my favorite Adam Sandler movie. That isn't Uncut Gems or Punch Drunk Love.
Damn.
We have Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire and the Hunger Games Catching Fire. I feel like this is kind of a no contest. I don't know if anyone's going to pick Catching Fire here. We all kind of have a soft spot in our heart for Goblet of Fire. All right, time for Jackie Chan to fight himself. We've got Rush Hour 2 up against the Karate Kid remake.
Remember that song that was in it that slapped?
Never Say Never by Justin Bieber?
The one that was in the trailer, where like the guy's going down the percentages. Is that Never Say Never by Justin Bieber?
The 100% Reason to Remember the Name song.
Yeah. Remember the Name by Fort Minor.
That song's in like every like sports hype video.
That song makes me feel like I'm 14 again.
I feel like Rush Hour 2 makes me feel like I'm 14 again. I think that movie's actually the funniest of its trilogy. Probably my favorite.
Yeah, this one's going to Rush Hour, no question. But I'm just trying to think of like, remember when I thought Karate Kid was going to be good?
1991, kid's favorite movie, Home Alone, up against Look Who's Talking.
So Home Alone wins.
Does Bruce Willis voicing a baby not intrigue you?
No, Bruce Willis voicing a dog in the Rugrats Go Wild does, though.
All right. I think this one might be another sweep, but you guys might surprise me. We've got the 2017 favorite, Ghostbusters, which is going up against the 2018 Kids' Choice Award favorite, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle.
Well, I did see the second Jumanji movie. And if the first one is anything like it, I'm sure it's also like a very good surprise, like a very good family comedy.
Yeah, no, I think Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle is a lot of fun. The second one's better, but the first one's fine.
Ghostbusters goes and hires all these female actors that are like known for like their comedy, and then the only thing that I've heard from this movie is that Chris Hemsworth is really funny.
He was really funny.
Yeah, he's hands down the best part of the movie, which sounds really sexist, but it's true. Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, going up against Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Squeakquel.
I saw both of these movies in theaters.
Wait, you saw Mockingjay Part 1 in theaters?
Yeah, for a while it was the only Hunger Games movie I've seen. People were so desperate for another Harry Potter in this like era.
They had it with Percy Jackson. They just shit the bed.
I think this is technically my least favorite Alvin and the Chipmunks movie because I've only seen 2.
I think the music's a little better in this one. Maybe? I don't know. The Squeakquel doesn't ruin its series like the Mockingjay movie does.
Sold. Up next, we've got Finding Nemo going up against The Lion King.
I know how this is going to play out, but I'm still going to vote for Finding Nemo.
I'm voting for Finding Nemo.
Alden's the Lion King hater.
Oh, I forgot.
That was one of his first big takes.
I'm with Lion King here.
I'm also with Lion King here.
I don't care about the popular opinion on this one. It's Finding Nemo.
Based. We've got Alvin and the Chipmunks Chipwrecked, which is going up against, I don't know if anyone's actually seen this movie, Avengers Endgame. So I think both of these movies are where their respective franchises should have ended. I think that Alvin and the Chipmunks Chipwrecked is a solid conclusion to a trilogy. I'm not going to say a good one, but a trilogy. I think that everything that Marvel has done since Avengers Endgame has been, at the very least, laughably bad. Before it gets too much worse, I say we let both these series die with these entries. And while I think Avengers Endgame might be a fitting conclusion for fans of the MCU, I think that there would always be an eagerness for more, a wanting and a desire for more. But if the Alvin and the Chipmunks movies ended with Chipwrecked, we wouldn't have to worry about there being more, or even a want or a need for more. It would be done. It would be over. David Cross would still be stuck on an island in the middle of nowhere in a chicken suit.
Damn, I really want to vote Chipwreck for the meat.
I'm voting Chipwrecked.
What? I just got back.
No worries. Chipwrecked or Avengers Endgame?
Chipwrecked.
It's a sweep. And the final fight of this bracket, at least the first round, we've got Avengers Infinity War going up against Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest.
Yeah, and Dead Man's Chest, like, to me, has the better cliffhanger. You got your fucking, like, main character, like, straight up dying, and you're like, where the fuck is this series gonna go? And then the antagonist from the first movie rolls up. This is before the no one's ever really gone trope from these blockbusters, so it was a genuine surprise to see Jeffrey Rush as Barbossa come back. Davy Jones's CGI looks great, and it's gonna age better than anything outside of Thanos in Avengers Infinity War.
It works so well watching this and then the next movie at World's End back to back. So much better than it would to watch Infinity War and then Endgame back to back. Waiting a year was probably the best possible way to view Avengers Endgame.
Oh, it's Pirates.
Oh, I'm sorry. Dead Man's Chest.
So now we're going to do a speed round. How the Grinch Stole Christmas versus Titanic. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Titanic.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Sorry, Titanic.
All right. Who Framed Roger Rabbit versus The Hunger Games? 3, 2, 1. Who Framed
Roger Rabbit.
The Addams Family versus The Incredibles. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
The Incredibles. The Addams Family.
The Addams Family.
Alone versus Jumanji. 3, 2, 1.
Home Alone.
Home Alone.
Jumanji.
Home Alone.
Alvin and the Chipmunk sequel versus Finding Nemo. Ready? 3, 2, 1. It's Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo.
The Squeakquel.
Alvin and the Chipmunks Chipwrecked versus Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest. Chipwrecked.
Man's Chest. Yo.
Dead Man's Chest.
We are now in the Elite Eight. We've got Titanic versus Rabbit.
This was like a bracket like based on just like something else that isn't the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. I think I would go with Titanic, but I feel like Who Framed Roger Rabbit was a movie that I would really enjoy more as a kid, and it's a movie with a Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny crossover. Of course I'm gonna love that shit as a kid.
I'm sure Leonardo DiCaprio like skyrocketed with teenage girls.
Between that and Romeo and Juliet the year before, he was definitely a teen heartthrob. But Bob Hoskins is a grown man's heartthrob.
Boys are like Leonardo DiCaprio was the best actor in the 90s. Men are like Bob Hoskins.
All right, we've got Addams Family versus Big Daddy. 90s comedy classics.
I'm voting Big Daddy.
Because I'm also voting Big Daddy here.
Listen, Josh, Big Daddy walked so that The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and Uncut Gems could run.
Big Daddy walked so Hooters could stay open for 20 more years.
But without Big Daddy, we wouldn't have Riverdale, so it kind of evens out.
Josh, I don't know if this will win you over, but I'm pretty sure Rob Schneider's in some sort of brown face. I don't know if he's playing a Middle Eastern guy, a Hispanic guy, or a Greek guy, but it's one of the three.
I think this movie is the Greek guy.
Honestly, all of this defense for Big Daddy, it's pushed me away, so I'm picking Addams Family.
All right, we've got Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire going up against Home Alone.
Chris Columbus directed better Harry Potter movies.
I disagree, so Goblet of Fire.
Yeah, I disagree with that one too. I'm gonna vote Goblet of Fire.
So when I think of like what a kid's movie is or what a family movie is, Home Alone's like the first one that comes to mind. Because it's like, it's fun for the whole family.
Yeah, I feel like Home Alone is just way more iconic in a myriad of ways, whereas Goblet of Fire is just the fourth Harry Potter movie, and it introduces Voldemort, and it has like some cool set pieces, but the iconography of the series doesn't really come from this movie.
The cultural impact from both of these are fairly close, but one requires that a series is attached to it. I guess it's Home Alone.
Moving on, we've got Finding Nemo up against Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest.
Both involving fish.
Who do I find more annoying? Dory or Captain Jack Sparrow?
You probably find Dory more annoying.
I was about to say, that shouldn't be a debate.
You're right. I'm going to go with Dead Man's Chest here.
Yeah, I am too.
All right. This is a stacked Final Four. We've got Who Framed Roger Rabbit, The Addams Family, Home Alone, and Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest. The battle of the Christopher Lloyd movies.
I'm voting Roger Rabbit.
Yeah,
me too.
I think I will too. Make it a sweep.
Home Alone versus Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest.
the biggest defense I could give Dead Man's Chest here is that as much as I liked Home Alone as a kid, I think I gravitated towards movies like Dead Man's Chest more, because I think like big thing that studios I guess try to do is like try to sell what kids like. A lot of times kids like, I'm sure when I watched Pirates of the Caribbean or like Indiana Jones, like those type of adventure movies, like you want to be Indiana Jones. Nobody's watching that being like, oh, I want to be Short Round.
Home Alone didn't really do much for me as a kid. I know that I was in the minority on that, but I did really like watching Dead Man's Chest, even though I didn't really like the franchise as a whole. I thought the first one was boring at the time. But now coming back to them as an adult, I feel like the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise trying to be what it is, like, just doesn't really vibe with me. But Home Alone now I appreciate more as an adult.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I kind of get more out of rewatching Home Alone. Like that scene where he's in the church and the old man's like watching his granddaughter sing and shit, like has me crying in the club pretty much every Christmas.
I feel like just personally, I have a huge attachment to the Pirates franchise and especially this movie. And I don't have anything like that for Home Alone. So I just am hesitant to even think about voting for Home Alone.
All right, here it is. Who Framed Roger Rabbit versus Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest.
This was not the final two I thought we'd have.
No.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
It ran so Space Jam could walk, so Looney Tunes Back in Action could walk. I mean, Who Framed Roger Rabbit was the first of a genre in its own way that Home Alone was.
Yeah, I think both of these movies, as a kid, would probably have parts that I would, if I just want to skip to my favorite parts, I would.
Think about it. Look at the other movies that are nominated on this list. There's 3 fucking Alvin and the Chipmunks movies here. These movies really spoke to kids for some reason. People think that kids like to see movies with cartoons and people at the same time, and it's kind of magical. I mean, look at Tom and Jerry. It's saving the domestic box office right now. This is still a genre, and it's all because of this one good Robert Zemeckis movie.
Nothing is ever going to be able to achieve the same effect that Who Framed Roger Rabbit did with being able to get properties from like every big animation company. It was really a lightning in a bottle thing, and it's never going to happen again.
I'll go with my nostalgic heart and vote Pirates.
I'm doing the same and voting Pirates.
The best Kids' Choice Award for favorite movie of all time is the 2006 winner, Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest. Insert applause here.
First time we've had a Pirates movie win.
Well, thank you everyone for watching or listening to this week's episode of Duel of the Takes.